The simple integration is the one that says hourly sales sync daily, right? So hourly sales sync daily. What does that even mean? Well, so here you have a Clover site and you have QuickBooks site. First, let me show you that on a QuickBooks site, we can handle any flavor of desktop QuickBooks. So imagine a 24-hour cycle, right? Like a 1 day. And throughout the day on a Clover, there will be transactions. Specifically transactions, because transactions are complete orders, right? So the orders that have already been paid or closed out. So transactions, and say there's 50, 60, 100,000 transactions that happened in that 1 day. And then what we will do is we'll take all of those transactions, generate a single sales order in QuickBooks. Right? So you have one document in QuickBooks that's called sales order, and then that sales order will have line items, and each line item by default will basically reflect 1 hour worth of sales and refunds, if there were any refunds during that time. Right? So total sales, total refunds, and then that's your total. And then presumably there would be 24 lines showing for each hour what happened, right? And then that single sales receipt goes into QuickBooks as a single sales receipt representing everything that has happened in Clover for that day. The level of detail that you're losing here is in QuickBooks, you'd never know what you sold. You'd know the totals, but you wouldn't know what products you sold. You wouldn't know the tie-in of customers if the customers are participating in this method, right? Like if you're assigning customers on Clover, this would be lost here because on Clover, we would create a generic customer, most likely call it, Clover sales customer. And then you would have a generic product that you would call it, Clover sales product. And that's what would be used to generate these line items. And that's a simple integration. The implementation will still be done by the experts. So when the merchant signs up, we'll handhold that implementation, but it's going to be done according to this plan, meaning that's how we're going to map everything out and fire it up, and the integration will start working.